So, it's a story that just won't go away. No matter how much time passes or how many other headlines come and go, this one keeps resurfacing, grabbing attention again and again. Callers ring in, tabloids shout, and headlines scream, "Meghan Markle dominates Prince Harry." It's a phrase that seems to echo everywhere, from breakfast tables to social media feeds, fueling endless debates and speculation. The idea, well, it's everywhere. It's repeated so often it starts to sound like fact. But is it really? Or is it just a narrative that's been built up over time, repeated until it feels true, even if the evidence is thin? Recently, a caller made this claim on my radio show. He said Meghan controls Harry. He said Harry is not himself anymore. He sounded convinced, almost certain, as if he'd seen it with his own eyes. I listened. Then I responded. My answer was simple. Where is your evidence? Why do you believe this? What makes you so sure? It's important to challenge these assumptions, not just accept them at face value. You see, this wasn't just about Meghan and Harry. It was about all of us. It's about the stories we choose to believe and the way we let them shape our opinions, often without even realizing it. Why do we accept stories like this without question? Why do we turn women's strength into something negative? Why do we so often frame assertive women as controlling rather than simply confident or capable? In this essay, I'll dig deeper. Let's look at the facts, the media, and the old ideas behind this claim. Together, we'll explore why these narratives persist and what they say about us as a society. All right, let's start at the beginning. When it comes to rumours and speculation, it's important to separate fact from fiction, especially with stories that get as much attention as Meghan and Harry. So, what proof do people actually have that Meghan dominates Harry? Is there any solid evidence, or is it just talk? Is there a secret video out there? Maybe a leaked email, or even an insider's diary that spells it all out? People love to imagine there's something hidden, waiting to be discovered. But the truth is, there isn't much to go on. When you look for hard evidence, you mostly come up empty-handed. Most people point to things like body language or the way Harry looks in certain photos. They'll say, "Look at his expression," or "See how he stands." Others mention interviews or public statements, picking apart every word or gesture for hidden meaning. But is that real evidence? Or are we just reading into things that aren't really there? If you ask for something concrete, the answers get pretty vague. People start to rely on gut feelings instead of facts. You'll hear things like, "I just know," or "Look at how he acts." But feelings aren't facts, and assumptions can be misleading. A photo of Harry looking serious doesn't mean he's under Meghan's control. People have serious moments for all kinds of reasons, and a video of Meghan speaking first doesn't automatically mean she's in charge. Context matters, and so does perspective. We really have to be careful about jumping to conclusions, especially when the evidence is thin. It's easy to confuse opinion with proof, especially when headlines are designed to grab attention and sell papers. Just because a story is repeated over and over doesn't make it true. Repetition isn't the same as verification. Before we judge anyone, we should ask ourselves, what do we really know for sure? What's actually been proven, and what's just rumour? And most importantly, what are we just guessing about, without any real evidence to back it up? The media, honestly, has a huge role in this story. It's not just about reporting facts. It's about shaping the entire narrative that the public sees and hears. Every headline, every segment, every image is carefully chosen to grab our attention and keep us watching or reading. Tabloids love drama. They want clicks, sales, and attention. The more outrageous the story, the more people talk about it, share it, and buy it. Sensationalism sells, and that's what keeps these papers in business. So they pick a side. They create heroes and villains. Meghan is often painted as the villain. Harry, the victim. These roles make the story easy to follow, but they're rarely accurate. Real people are far more complicated than the characters we see in headlines. It's a simple story, but real life is never that neat. Behind every headline, there are layers of context, emotion, and motivation that get left out. Journalists and editors choose which photos to use. They pick the quotes that sound the most dramatic. They cut interviews to fit a headline. Sometimes the most important details are left on the cutting room floor just to make the story more exciting or controversial. Suddenly, a small moment becomes a scandal. A private decision is turned into a public debate. The line between news and entertainment gets blurry, and the truth can get lost in the noise. This isn't new. The media has done this for decades. From royal scandals to celebrity breakups, history is full of stories that were twisted for a bigger audience. But now, with social media, stories spread even faster. Lies travel further. A rumor can go viral in minutes, reaching millions before anyone checks if it's true. We have to ask, are we seeing the truth, or just a story someone wants us to believe? It's up to us to look deeper, question what we're told, and remember that every story has more than one side. There's another reason these stories catch on. Many people are, uncomfortable with strong, outspoken women. When a woman has opinions, she's called bossy. When she leads, she's called controlling. This isn't just about Meghan. It's about society. Look at history. Women who speak up are often punished. They're called troublemakers. If a man is confident, he's a leader. If a woman is confident, she's too much. Meghan is smart and outspoken. She's got her own voice. For some, that's threatening. We need to ask ourselves, why do we react this way? Why do we turn women's strength into something negative? We really should celebrate women who speak up, not try to silence them. Let's talk about Harry. Is he really just following Meghan's lead? Or is he making his own choices? Look at the facts. Harry served in the army. He started his own charities. He spoke out about his mental health long before Meghan was in his life. When the couple left royal duties, it wasn't just Meghan's decision. Harry said, "I had to get my family out." He spoke openly about his struggles with the press. He made it clear. This was his choice too. In interviews, Harry often leads the conversation. He answers tough questions. He sets boundaries with the media. These are not the actions of a man with no voice. They are the actions of someone who knows his own mind. In today's world, most people don't read full articles. They see headlines. They watch short clips. These tiny pieces of information, they shape our opinions, but they don't tell the whole story. A headline might say, "Meghan forces Harry to leave royal family." But if you read the interview, you see it was a joint decision. A video might show Meghan speaking first, but it doesn't show the whole conversation. We have to be careful. Headlines are designed to grab attention, not tell the truth. Short clips can be taken out of context. If we want the real story, we need to look deeper. Don't let a headline do your thinking for you. The idea that Meghan dominates Harry isn't new. It's an old story in a new form. For centuries, people have warned men about dangerous women. They say women will lead men astray. These are just stereotypes. They're not based on facts. When we see a couple where the woman is strong, some people get uncomfortable. They reach for old ideas. They say, she must be controlling him. But relationships are more complicated than that. Power isn't a simple game. We need to challenge these stereotypes. Don't accept them just because they're familiar. Ask yourself, am I judging based on facts or on old stories I've heard before? There's something else we forget. Relationships are private. We see only a tiny part of Harry and Meghan's life. We don't know their conversations. We don't know their struggles or their joys. We see what they choose to share and what the media decides to show us. It's easy to judge from the outside, but real relationships are messy. They're full of compromise, love, and disagreement. No couple is perfect. No one outside knows the whole truth. Before we judge, we should remember we are outsiders. We don't have all the facts. Instead of guessing, maybe we should respect their privacy. So, what have we learned? The claim that Meghan dominates Harry is built on shaky ground. It's based on stereotypes, headlines, and half-truths. The real story is more complex. Harry makes his own choices. Meghan has her own voice. Together, they face challenges most of us can't imagine. We need to question where our ideas come from. Are we thinking for ourselves or repeating what we've heard? Are we judging fairly or falling for old stories? In the end, relationships are private. They're complicated. It's not our place to judge based on rumors or easy answers. Let's respect that. Let's look for truth, not just headlines. And let's celebrate strong voices wherever they come from.